On September 4th, two Venezuelan F-16 fighter jets flew dangerously close to the USS Jason Dunham, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer patrolling international waters in the Caribbean. The Pentagon immediately called the maneuver highly provocative, sending a stern warning to Caracas. For a tense moment, it felt like the situation could erupt into a serious confrontation. The jets roared overhead, engines screaming as they shadowed the massive warship, a clear signal that Venezuela was willing to challenge U.S. operations in the region. The timing was critical. The United States had recently bolstered its Caribbean presence with multiple ships, aircraft, and thousands of Marines, conducting intensive training exercises. Every movement in this theater sends a message. This is a high-stakes game of presence, deterrence, and strategy. Venezuela's F-16s are aging aircraft from the 1980s, primarily Block 15 models. Of the 24 originally purchased, only about a dozen remain fully operational today. While they lack the advanced avionics and long-range strike capabilities of modern fighters, they are fast, agile, and symbolically potent. These jets carry short-range air-to-air missiles like the AIM-9L Sidewinder and Israeli-made Python 4, designed for dogfighting at close range. For ground attacks, they can deploy unguided bombs such as the 500-pound Mark 82 and 2,000-pound Mark 84, along with rocket pods and cluster munitions. They generally lack modern, precision-guided weapons or advanced targeting pods. Venezuela also operates a few Russian-made Su-30 fighters, more capable in payload and range, but limited in number and not always mission-ready. The USS Jason Dunham, by contrast, represents a significant pillar of U.S. naval power. Equipped with advanced Aegis radar systems, vertical launch cells for Tomahawk cruise missiles, and defenses against air, surface, and missile threats, it can engage multiple targets simultaneously. Nearby, the USS Gravely and the cruiser USS Lake Erie provide overlapping coverage, while a nuclear-powered submarine adds an invisible but potent deterrent. The U.S. isn't taking any chances. Its amphibious readiness group is now fully deployed across the Caribbean. The USS Iwo Jima, a massive amphibious assault ship, sometimes called a small aircraft carrier, carries helicopters, tilt-rotor MV-22 Osprey aircraft, and serves as a floating base for hundreds of Marines. Accompanying transport docks, the USS San Antonio and USS Fort Lauderdale provide armored vehicles, landing craft, and logistical support. Together, they carry the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit, a force of over 4,500 Marines and sailors capable of rapid amphibious assaults, inland operations, and securing key facilities. Recent reports show the 22nd MEU conducting flight operations, amphibious landings, and training exercises just miles from the Southern Caribbean hotspot, where the Venezuelan F-16 challenged the USS Jason Dunham. This positions the U.S. to respond immediately if tensions escalate, reinforcing the credibility of its deterrence. The Venezuelan flyover came just days after a U.S. strike on a suspected Venezuelan drug smuggling vessel.
President Trump announced late today that the United States has sunk a boat after it left Venezuela carrying drugs,
which resulted in 11 deaths. The Pentagon condemned the flyover as highly provocative, while President Trump warned that any further interference would result in the jets being shot down. Additional fighter jets, naval assets, and Marines have been deployed, highlighting that every move is a calculated step in a dangerous game of brinkmanship, where one misstep could ignite conflict. Every ship, jet, and Marine in the region is a visible reminder of the stakes and the razor-thin balance of power. Though the jets caused no physical harm, their flyover sent a crystal-clear warning. The U.S. and Venezuela remain locked in a tense, high-stakes standoff. Even symbolic actions in international waters can send powerful messages, and every movement here is being watched closely, with consequences that could ripple far beyond the Caribbean. See you in the next update.
This would be a full-scale continental war.